Dark Horse, the last roar of American muscle. The name alone sends chills. Dark Horse. This isn't just another Mustang trim. It's Ford's message to the world that the muscle car isn't dead yet. In an era where electric power is taking over and rivals like the Camaro and Challenger are disappearing, Ford unleashed something bold, raw, and unapologetic. A Mustang born for the track, bred for performance, and designed to carry the torch of the V8 era. But here's the question: is the Dark Horse the future of muscle or its final roar? To understand the Dark Horse, you have to understand the Mustang's DNA. Back in 1964, when the very first Mustang rolled onto the stage at the New York World's Fair, it didn't just introduce a new car, it created an entirely new class, the pony car. Affordable, stylish, and powerful, it gave ordinary Americans the chance to experience freedom on four wheels. Ford expected modest sales. Instead, the Mustang shattered every prediction, selling over 1 million units in its first 2 years. It instantly became more than transportation. It became a cultural phenomenon. Through the decades, the Mustang defined what it meant to be American muscle. The late 60 seconds brought raw performance legends like the Boss 302 and Boss 429. The 1,970 seconds gave us the Mach 1, a car that blended style with straight-line speed. And decades later, the Shelby GT500 arrived supercharged, untamed, and screaming with over 700 horsepower. The Mustang wasn't just about numbers, it was about identity. It became a symbol of rebellion, appearing in movies like Bullitt, Gone in 60 Seconds, and Need for Speed. It was the car for those who didn't just want to drive, but to make a statement. But times changed. The automotive world shifted. Dodge introduced the Challenger Hellcat with insane horsepower figures. Chevrolet brought the Camaro ZL1 with track-ready precision. The Mustang always fought back, refusing to be left behind. By 2023, though, the battlefield had almost disappeared. Dodge announced the end of its V8 Challenger lineup. Chevy quietly shelved the Camaro. Suddenly, the Mustang was the last survivor, the final American muscle coupe still standing. For many, that raised a chilling question. Would Ford let the Mustang die next? Would the roar of America's pony car fade into silence? Ford's answer came loud and clear. Not only would the Mustang live on, but it would evolve. It wouldn't just hold the line, it would charge forward. And that evolution came with a name no one expected: Dark Horse. The Mustang has always adapted to survive. In the 1,970 seconds, when fuel crises threatened big engines, Ford shifted. In the 2000s, when technology and performance expectations grew, Ford responded with modernized GTs and Shelbys. But in the 2020 seconds, the challenge wasn't horsepower. It was survival itself. The world was changing fast. Electrification was no longer just a buzzword. It was the future. Countries were setting deadlines to ban gasoline cars. Brands like Dodge and Chevrolet began pulling the plug on their muscle icons. For the first time, the idea of a world without a Mustang didn't seem impossible. Ford knew simply keeping the Mustang alive wasn't enough. They had to prove the nameplate still meant something, still had fire, still had relevance. So instead of looking backward and reviving another heritage badge like Bullitt or Mach 1, Ford took a risk. They created something new, a performance model with its own identity. Enter the Dark Horse. This wasn't just another trim package with new paint and stripes. It was a brand new sub-brand within the Mustang family, designed to stand apart, to be recognized as the most track-focused, naturally aspirated 5 Mustang ever built. Why? Because Ford wasn't just aiming to appeal to nostalgia. They wanted to capture the modern performance audience, the same crowd that looks at BMW M cars, Lexus F models, or even Porsche Caymans. The Dark Horse had to speak a universal language: speed, agility, and presence. But make no mistake, the Dark Horse isn't trying to blend in with European refinement. It's designed to fight with an American attitude. It's raw, loud, and unapologetic. A car that carries the Mustang legacy into a world that doesn't want cars like this to exist anymore. So why does the Dark Horse exist? Because Ford wanted to remind everyone that the Mustang isn't just surviving, it's still leading. The Mustang Dark Horse doesn't whisper its identity, it shouts it. One glance is all it takes to know this isn't a regular GT. Up front, the changes are immediate. The fascia is darker, sharper, more aggressive, with larger nostrils feeding cool air to the engine. The gloss black grille isn't just for looks, it's designed for airflow, function meeting fury. Above it, functional hood vents bleed heat from the beast lurking underneath. Along the sides, you notice subtle but deadly details. Extended side skirts, aerodynamic refinements, and wheels that don't just fill the arches, they dominate them. The Dark Horse rides on unique, staggered 19-inch wheels wrapped in sticky Pirelli P0 tires, designed to keep the car glued to the pavement at high speeds. At the rear, the attitude continues. A high, fixed rear wing rises above the fastback silhouette, adding downforce without clutter. Quad exhaust, tips massive and unapologetic, announce the Dark Horse before you even see it. And for those who want something truly sinister, Ford offers an available appearance package that blacks out nearly every trim piece for an even darker persona. Then, there's the paint. The Dark Horse debuts with exclusive colors, the most famous being Blue Ember. It's not just blue, it shimmers between shades, shifting under light as if the car itself is alive. This isn't your average Mustang finish. It's an identity. Step inside, and the transformation continues. The cockpit is built around the driver. In front of you sits a 12.4-inch digital instrument cluster, customizable for different driving experiences. Pair that with a massive 13.2-inch center screen, angled slightly toward the driver, and you don't just feel like you're in a car, you feel like you're in command. Details matter here. The steering wheel is flat-bottomed, wrapped in suede with bright indigo stitching, complete with an anodized titanium shift knob in the manual version. Even the seat belts glow with subtle blue threads, a nod to the Dark Horse's identity. But none of this is just for show. Every vent, every aerodynamic tweak, every suspension adjustment was made with performance in mind. Ford wanted the Dark Horse to look intimidating standing still, but more importantly, to perform with precision at 150 miles per hour on a track. The Dark Horse is for design meeting purposes. A car that doesn't just carry Mustang DNA, it redefines it for a new generation. Beneath the sculpted hood of the Dark Horse lies the heartbeat of the Mustang legacy, the legendary Coyote 5-liter V8. But make no mistake, this isn't the same engine you find in a standard Mustang GT. Ford gave the Dark Horse its own identity by pushing the Coyote further than ever before. With forged internals borrowed from the mighty GT500, stronger connecting rods, and dual throttle bodies for massive airflow, the Dark Horse was engineered to take punishment at high revs. The result? Over 500 horsepower, making it the most powerful naturally aspirated 5 Mustang ever built. And the best part? You still get to choose how you control it. For purists, Ford offers the Tremec 6-speed manual, a gearbox with short, precise throws that make every shift feel mechanical and alive. And for those chasing ultimate speed, there's the 10-speed automatic, tuned for lightning-fast gear changes on track or street. But power is only half the story. To tame the beast, Ford loaded the Dark Horse with serious hardware. The car comes standard with MagnaRide adaptive suspension, adjusting damping thousands of times per second to balance comfort with corner carving precision. Massive Brembo brakes 6 pistons up front deliver brutal stopping power, and an upgraded cooling system keeps everything stable, whether you're stuck in traffic or pushing flat out down a straightaway. Even the steering has been sharpened. With a quicker ratio and improved feedback, the Dark Horse feels more agile than any 5 before it. Pair that with optional track tires and handling packages, and you've got a car that isn't just about burnouts, it's about lap times. In short, the Dark Horse isn't only built to roar, it's built to dance. A Mustang that finally feels just as at home in the corners as it does in a straight line. The 2024 Mustang Darkhorse isn't just about horsepower or lap times. It's a symbol of resistance, a reminder that in a world going quiet, some legends refuse to go silently. It carries 6 decades of Mustang heritage into an uncertain future. It challenges rivals on the global stage. And it proves that even now, in 2024, the roar of a V8 can still send shivers down your spine. But the real question is, what does the Darkhorse mean to you? Is it the future of muscle? Or is it the last roar of a dying breed? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you love stories like this, cars with history, power, and attitude, make sure to like, subscribe, and stick around. Because this is just the beginning. And the Mustang story is far from over.